Next question, can a Christian play the lottery? Oh, I'm going to step on some toes with this one. Well, the person who asked the question says, can a Christian play the lottery? Well, a Christian can do stupid things if they want to. Many of them do. Fact is, sometimes we are Christians do a lot of stuff that we shouldn't do. So, yeah, they can play that if they want to, but God's never going to sanction that. And I can tell you categorically that any Christian who plays the lottery, first of all, you're using the resources that God gave to you. Excuse me, the resources God gave to you for an ungodly practice, and God's going to hold you accountable for it. I would be very much in fear of a holy God to take His resources that He's put into my hands to bless my family and to bless other people, and to play the lottery on that, which is it's another word for gambling. That's all it is. They sold the whole thing under the guise of helping a school. Now, if you in your heart, if you can say, I'm going to play the lottery so I can help out this school, which I don't think, I think anybody who says that is lying to themselves. But you might could get away with it. I don't think so, but you might could. But I don't think there's anybody who can really do that. I think when you do that, the prime reason for winning the lottery is gain. Gain that you didn't work for. And I've even heard, in fact, there have been times when I've heard people that I was serving the Lord with, and they made inference to the fact that they were playing the lottery, and it wounded me. I was really severely wounded by when I heard them say that, because I gave them more credit than to do that. We are to depend upon God for our supply. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 12, it says this: labor working with our own hands. This is the way that we need to get what we have. We need to be working and laboring with our hands so that God can bless us with a paycheck, and He can bless an employer with a quality employee. And if you're, I feel I need to say this, if you're just sitting at home and you're waiting for the postman to bring your welfare check, and you're capable of working at some kind of a job, and you're just sitting there because you're letting somebody else work for you, and you're giving your vote to people who will promise you more welfare checks or more giveaway programs. If you're selling and prostituting your soul for another few dollars on a paycheck or a government check, shame on you. Search your heart. Go find a job. People are looking for, I know that as I'm taping this, 1 out of 10 people by statistics, and probably higher than that because a lot of people have quit looking for work, 1 out of 10 are unemployed. And I know it's difficult. If you have a certain skill set and a certain educational level, it's difficult sometimes to swallow your pride and go out there and do a demeaning kind of a job. But that's what you need to do until God gives you another job, or till you work yourself into another position. And in the meantime, if you need the welfare system, the temporary work employment, unemployed benefits to help you, then certainly go down and utilize those. I'm not addressing those people, but when you start turning into a habitual bum, and that's what a lot of people are. They're just welfare, professional welfare recipients. Let me say it that way, from using more direct adjectives. I've been accused at times of being a little bit too direct, and I really don't apologize for that. Sometimes that's the only way that you can say things to people. And a lot of this stuff you're not going to hear in your own pulpit if you go to church. A lot of the politically correct pastors won't say this to their people, but this minister will tell you, because we have your best interest at heart. I'm not just castigating you or putting you down. I'm saying this really to benefit you, to encourage you, because there's joy in work. God has so structured the mindset and the soul that we derive a great pleasure out of a job well done. And if you're an employer, good for you. If you're employing other people, you're doing a wonderful, worthwhile benefit. I know you probably got into it to make money, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you got into it to satisfy a dream of producing something that you had in your heart, and that's perfectly wonderful. I think people should do that. That's how we get the inventions of the world, are people doing that, and they need to reap their benefit. I don't know why it came to my mind, but the man who developed the M1 carbine that was used in World War II, millions of those were made. The man was a bootlegger and a moonshiner, and was caught and sent to jail for that. And he spent many years in jail. And while he was in jail, his name was Williams. While he was in jail, he developed the M1 carbine and sold that patent to the military. And he was a multi-millionaire. I was in a place one time when he came through, and he came through in a big long limousine with a driver, and I say good for you, not for your history, but what you took something terrible and made something good out of it. So no, we to be simple about it. No, Christians have no business playing the lottery. Can they do it? Yeah, they can. Are they doing it? Certainly they are. The lottery could not exist, I'm convinced, if Christians did not participate. Just like a lot of politicians would never be in office unless politicians voted for them because of their race only, or because they promised them something economically only, they promised them another welfare benefit only, or because their father and their mother was of a certain Democratic or Republican party, they voted that way without thinking, and that's just not the way to do it. God gave us a mind, and He expects us to use that. And certainly when we're talking about gambling, they don't call Las Vegas Sin City for nothing. They didn't build that place on winners. They built it out of losers. And if you gamble long enough, you're going to lose. So that's my admonishment to you. Everything that we have, God has given to us that has a good nature about it. So our paychecks are good, our families are good, and lottery is a gamble, and gambling is wanting something for nothing at somebody else's expense. So, Christian, if you are doing that, God is speaking to your heart right now, and I know He is, because this question is ministering to so many people who are watching. I know it's kind of tough, but God's saying stop it. You're not going to win the lottery. The odds against doing that are something like 15 million to 1, and you're much better putting that money into your home and into helping somebody else. And Christian, another benefit of God giving you wealth. Now wealth means that you have enough to take care of your family and a little bit left over, and that's wealth. That's prosperity. And if that's your category, then share that with somebody else. Buy somebody a pair of shoes. Buy somebody a coat. Buy somebody some food, or take it to them. Or, just do something for them and then do it, don't let them know that you're doing it. That's the best way to give an alms. That's what the Bible calls this, is just to give them something and let the people know that it just came from God. Just leave a note, said, God told me to do this. Just give Him praise for it and thank Him for it. Okay.